Welcome everyone, Farmer Cop here. This is going to be a new mod map tour called Polesine, maybe? Polesine? I don't know. I'm sure I'm saying it wrong. Anyhow, this is by Mirko Mod. It is 720.49 megabytes to download for all platforms. I'm going to read the description and then we'll get into it. It says, flat region north of Italy, characterized by small, medium-sized fields. Could be very complicated to drive big tractors between small country roads, rivers, old buildings, and the winter's fog. More realistic calendar adapted to the region. Different texture of silage, lime, liquid manure. It doesn't say liquid, it says liquid. On fields, solid manure on fields, and plowed fields. 255 farmlands. BGA, a small farm where you will start the game. A big farm of chicken with 2 chicken coop in European style and 2 production of manure. Again, I'm sure this is translated a little bit poorly, but we're just going to keep going. A big farm of pigs composed by 3 pigs shed and system to mix pigs food. A big farm for cows. The house of farm is in the space between 235 and 236. Many different selling points. A lot of the base game production. Alfalfa, texture instead of grass in the fields. New grape orchards with steel poles in the shop. New type of rice field with a more realistic pipe for water in the shop. I suggest to change down the height during placement. 1 old brick shed, 1 modern shed are present in the shop. Farmland number 1 is the area around the river and around the main road. The game places the number of farmland near field number 146. Buy it for $0 to mow grass in these areas. If you want to play with Farmland 120, top left of the map, I suggest to use the mod Additional Field Types by Weasel on Mod Hub and place buying and selling station of the mod. And then there's no required mods listed, but there's 12 required mods. Now, to be fair, none of them are by Mirko Mod, so at least he's not trying to get more downloads. So credit where credit's due. But anyhow, okay, let's take a look here. Down here we have a few starting at pieces of land. We have field 190, 199, 188, and 177. And as mentioned, you can buy the whole plot of land. It's right there. If you want to click it, you can buy all of the in-betweens and what have you. For $0 if you want to, all the roads and whatnot, which I think is nice to have that. I love it when modders do that, so you have a little bit more freedom to be creative. This kind of looks like a BGA to me, especially with that price. I'm sure, well, maybe not. Was that the BGA? There's a biogas plant. That's probably a farm then. Never mind. But yeah, it's a nice little map. It's very organized, very tidy. I really like the PDA, actually, because it's just very clear where everything is and what you can do, which is nice. Pretty standard crop calendar. I haven't noticed any changes or anything in there. Wheat changed. No, I think that's standard. Maybe wheat's changed. I think wheat has changed actually a little bit. Because normally wheat, I think you have to plant here. Maybe a little bit further back. But anyhow, did the same cycle basically as barley, which is not normal. No cow pens, at least starting out in new farm mode. There are contracts in the fields you don't own. I'm assuming there'll be field contracts that'll come up. That's obviously just a wood one there. Available to buy, there's the Dairy Point Bakery. Bernardi's sawmill, boy, I couldn't say that. Benton Cement Factory, Biofood Foods Industry, biogas plant. We have the potato chip factory, basically sugar mill. Great processing unit. We have the Italian mill, which is that different than the grain mill. We have a grain mill already. Did I say grain mill? Maybe I'm crazy. Nope, that's just the one grain mill there. And then Spinnery Point there. Nothing that you own to start off with. Starting equipment in new farmer mode, you have a Branther Z1805 PowerFlex trailer, Class Evian harvester with a grain header to go with it. You have a Fiat 18090 DT tractor. You have a Horsch Credo 3 with the Versa, so a seeder and cultivator that both hook up together to basically make a direct reel seeder. You have a little forklift there, Lemkin cultivator. You have a header trailer. You have a Pottinger plow. You have a Sammy Virtus 115 RV shift tractor, and that is everything. And we are just going to go down to our farm, hopefully just straight down this way. We can just kind of cut through some of the landscape here to get down there. But well, is there a vehicle up here? Vehicle is up here for us to get into. Is that our tractor? Well, this might be our Fiat right here. Yeah, okay. We'll drive that down to the farm. Never mind. I guess that makes that a little bit easier. But yeah, you start right here. And then we have an electric charging station right here, as well as there should be is there a sell point right here? The fruits and vegetable stand, which is maybe a little further up. Yep, right up here. There's the sell point for it, but there's the stand. And then we also have the bakery right here. Yep, bakery's right here as well. Vehicle shop is just up the street a little bit here. can drive up there if we want to. You can see it right there. Yeah, there's the vehicle shop. All right, we'll drive down to our starting farms. We'll take a look around that. That looks like the piano manufacturer building, but it looks like they kind of re-outfitted it, which is pretty cool. Very creative use of that. Can we head down this way? Yeah, we can head down this way. Actually, this probably wasn't the best way to go, because there's a ditch there, but we're just going to jump the ditch and get into our farm, hopefully. There we go. Nice and easy peasy. These are our fields here. Should have come down the next road, but that's okay. And here is our starting farm. All right, sleep trigger right here can go inside the house. It looks like you should be able to. Can't get the door to open though. Wardrobe trigger. You have a grain silo here, which is nice. Big old storage building here. Open it up. You get in this end of it. No, maybe you can't. Can't get in that end. Okay. Storage facility through here. Got some of your stuff stored in here. You can go out the far side here. Go. And around the back side here, I can probably hop that fence there. I should have just gone out the main gate, but it's fine. Trailer out here. These sheds, can you open these? This does not look like a building to go into. Okay. This kind of looks like a chicken coop almost. These are outside of our land, I think, as well. Are they? Yeah, I think they are. All right, well, I tried that. But yeah, so that actually, everything we looked at was already all of our new farm right there on that side. So all of that stuff is ours. Yeah, pretty sweet. So in terms of this map, there's quite a bit of space to cover. So I don't know if I'm going to do a drive around. I think we're going to jump right to a flight, or right to a flyover. But I am going to put the land to be ours. This might take a hot minute to get up to the all option. I think it goes up to like 246. Even higher. Oh boy, there it was. There it was. All us. Boom. Okay. So, yep, definitely got the other farms showing up now, which is great. So let's go ahead and hop into flight mode. There's honestly not a ton really to see, but there's a lot of space to cover, and I think driving around it, this is a beautiful map. I will say that too. So my compliments to that. Yes, I complain about required mods. You guys know how I am. But I will say the map does look really nice and really beautiful, so I will say that about it. Groves over here of... This just looks like... Oh, solar panels. It almost looks like pallets in a row. I was like, what is this? But it's solar panels. That makes a lot more sense. Okay. Come up over here. So right in this area right here, this little complex that we got going on, that looked like a BJ over... Oh, that's outside the map. That's over there. Okay. So we got ourselves the cement factories over here, as well as the potato factory. We also have the Spedit Express Courier sell point and the buy point there. So I'm assuming that is where you're going to have like your pallet buy point right there. We'll keep going along the river up this side. Get a sip of my coffee. Perfect. Okay. And then right here, this big complex right here is going to be your sugar factory. And then you can buy this land up here. I don't see like a buy point or anything up here. It just kind of looks like you can landscape it, I guess. Roleplay doing something in there. But there's a nice little pit down there. It looks like they were just, I don't know, grabbing dirt out of there or something. It's not even really like a quarry looking place. But yeah, so anyhow, that's there. We go across. I like how it's kind of blended into the edge of the map too. I think the edge is really well done. I complain a lot about map edges, and this one's pretty good. All right, on this little farm area right here, you have yourself a manure production point, another one, and then you have your chickens. You also have yourself, that's gonna be like a bale and pallet storage there, farm silo, and then you have a sleep trigger as well. And if I come up here, this is gonna be our animal dealer complex right here. So in here you have, I can click on things, animal dealer sell point. You also have yourself the animal dealer sell point part 2, I guess. Animal dealer, and then the liquid manure and manure buy points there. We'll start heading down this way, kind of doing this in swaths to go across. We've got ourselves a couple of greenhouse type things down here, it looks like. Yep, some greenhouses. And then we have the dairy point, which is going to be that building right there. There's even like, yeah, just some big, beautiful kind of buildings that are kind of scattered about that look quite nice over here. There's another sell point right here. This is, oh, I passed it. This is a sell point. This one right here, that's going to be your Morrow cereal sell point, and then down there is at the shopping center. We also have a gas station down there as well. So shopping center and gas station. I think that's a pretty cool sell point, especially the gas station there. That's going to be the vehicle shop there. You got yourself a football or soccer field, depending on where you live. Nice little town area through here. That's where we got that production and sell point that we talked about at the very beginning. We have our starting farm here. We have that field right there, I believe, and then these two. I believe those are our starting fields. You can see our equipment out there as well. Yeah, it's quite a nice little area. None of these are any points of interest, it looks like, on the map. And across here, got a lot of solar panels over here, which is great. We head up here. This is another big farm area right here. So this one's got quite a bit going on. 2 cow pens. You also have a manure heap there, liquid manure tank there. You have another bale and pallet storage there, silo, and then biogas plant as well. So that one has its own biogas plant. There's a sleep trigger right there. So if you still wanted to sleep, you could buy that little portion of land there so you have somewhere to sleep. Some of these little lines in the fields are probably going to irritate some of you, as they would probably bother me. It does look like you can just simply plow them over. They're a little bit lower, I think, than the rest of the fields. I could be, or the rest of the field itself, but you could flatten that out and make these all work just fine and be one big field. They're big fields for you, so just be aware of that. I'll let that autosave, that's fine. We have the Italian mill right there, and then we have a nice big industrial complex kind of set up over here with a roundabout that's incomplete at the other end. This has got your biofood foods industry. It's got your sawmill, your spinnery, and then your farmer's market sell point. Actually, the farmer's market sell points there, kind of that little industrial area. Right over here, we have another starting farm. We have 3 pig pens. We also have a manure storage. We have ourselves, I'm assuming that's the manure production. If I can click on it. Of course, I can't click on it because the way that FS25 is stupid. Oh, it's a compound feed pigs point. You have medium silo, and then you also have the farmhouse right there for you. And then off to the side, what we got over here, we got the power biomass power. Power biomass power. There you go. So take your biomass there, I guess. Move this way. Got some more greenhouses down there. I don't think there's anything else that we missed. I think that's everything. Yeah, I think we've covered everything. That looks like that should be a BGA. Is that that point? No, sorry. That's this point right here I was looking at. Yeah, you got your BGA right there. And that is that. That is the whole map. Yeah, that is, I'm not even trying to say it, but I'll say it wrong. But there you go. If you guys enjoyed this map tour, please drop a like down below. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button up on the screen to join the Farmer Cop channel and turn your notification bell so you don't miss any future videos we post. This has been Farmer Cop. Thank you guys for coming and watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.